Dude, I sat here for like 5 minutes. Like, why is nobody talking? Wasn't even on live. Nick, get out of here. I am 31 pages into the book. Listen, okay, see, the book isn't bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with the book. It's just like it's 600 pages, and I kept pushing it off. So I think I'm gonna move the live stream to I think I'm gonna move the live stream to next Wednesday. Especially because I'm sad. I've been going through it, okay? Me and my boyfriend broke up, and life is just not it's not doing it for me right now. So the book was like I haven't been really reading like that. So yeah. Like the book isn't bad, but I just been going through it. But I still wanted to do the live stream. Dude, I'm so hungry. I was trying to save my last Pop-Tart for Saturday because I never eat before work, but girl, I gotta eat this Pop-Tart. But yeah, I just want to sit here. To be honest, all I want to do, well, I wanted to, read my little romance books. I have to film tomorrow. I might film because I want my video to be up by Monday, but I work Saturday and Sunday, so I might film Monday and then upload it like Tuesday instead of Monday because I just need to relax. Like I need a break. Yeah, it's fine. We kind of broke up like just because he drove like an hour to see me every time we hung out, and he like sold his car at the beginning of summer, so he was using his sister's car, and his sister moved out, so he couldn't just keep driving an hour to see me. And also, we just have like different ideas of like what a relationship should be like. Girl, I already got back on Tinder. It's okay. I actually deleted Tinder. I started talking to this guy, but I think he's ghosting me. I don't know because his work schedule is busy. Could be ghosting me, could be busy. We'll see like 3 days from now. But I'm just gonna chill, I guess. But yeah, I was like, I'll still do the live stream because I love like talking to you guys and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people don't join the book club live stream, unlike Gabriella, who literally will not read the book and will join. Which I literally love you for that. But a lot of people don't join, so I was hoping like some people would still join, which is why I made the title what it was. But even if the people who just joined for the book club join, that'll be fine too. I'm waiting for Alex to come on, to be honest, and hopefully Miss Dash Dash will show up, but I don't think so. Honestly, a live show without Gabriella, Alex, or Dash Dash, and then I have like a few other people who usually join, but they haven't joined recently. But like those live streams, like they're just boring. Like I feel like I'm the luckiest booktuber because I have the best people that join my lives. Like I watch other people's lives and I'm like, dang, y'all just don't got people like I got people. Like y'all live streams kind of boring. Like y'all need people in the comments. It's like a back and forth kind of thing. My cousin is here and waiting for her to leave so my mom can order the pizza. Because black people, they don't want to feed a bunch of people, so yeah. No, what happened in her blindfolded book challenge? Was that a live stream? I haven't really been catching live streams that much recently because this one is so broken. I've been watching live streams that much because they be working me, bro. They be putting me on that damn schedule. Like, stop. Money is fun and all. I'm just gonna spend it in 2 minutes anyway, so it really don't matter. Oh, her man is cute. I feel disrespectful saying that because I don't ever want nobody to be like, yeah, like I don't want to ever cross those boundaries. But her man is cute. I always see him at in her Instagram stories. Yeah, haven't even seen the video, but I know, girl. They're so cute together. Like, I can't see no cute stuff right now. I might just break down. I do not want a book about girl power. And move from your exes. I don't know if you've met me, but I don't like dealing with my emotions. I like avoiding them. I cried for like 4 hours, and then the next day I got on Tinder. And why would I want to read about girl power? I want to read about smut. I want to read about people falling in love. I can get girl power any day. Of course, I still like Obi. I haven't seen a new episode though. I haven't seen a new episode. And then Outer Banks comes on, y'all. I'm sorry, my self-care days. When I tell you about to spend all day, I got some new romances to read. Cause I be on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a TikTok girl. I got me some TikTok friends. Okay, I have one TikTok friend. Um, Kimmy Books. And she recommended me a bunch of like, well, not she, but I was watching her live stream on TikTok. I gotta go live on there. Yeah, I feel like it won't be the same. But in her live stream, some people were recommending some romances on Kindle Unlimited. So I gotta tell you about the ones I found, and I followed some girls from the live streams, and they have some really good recommendations, yo. Okay, so the one I'm about to read is called The Fine Print, and that's a billionaire romance, and they have this thing called Dreamland, where it's a fictional Disneyland. Already sounds good. And then I have Twisted Love. This is Dreamland. This is The Fine Print, and this is Twisted Love. And so I have Twisted Love, which is I think it's said a brother's best friend or a best friend's brother. Either way, those are one of my favorite tropes. When I tell you I'm never gonna run out of romance smut books. First of all, there are so many authors out there. Like, actually, I'm behind on my romance TBR. Not my romance TBR, but yeah. Still haven't read It Happened One Summer, but I'm saving that for my vacation. Still haven't read Take a At Your Age, Eve Brown. Still haven't read Twice Shy. And those are my physical books. Don't even get me started on books I have in my Kindle Unlimited. Like, I have a list of books I need to read on Amazon. So when I read one, because you're limited to like 10 books on Kindle Unlimited. So I switched them out once I finish one. Authors will publish all their books in 1 year. Romance authors. It'll be like a 6-book series, and they release romance authors release a book every 3 months. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even playing. Like, that's not an exaggeration. They literally release a book every 3 months. So there's one book every season. Yeah, I know it's Fade to Black. I've read You Deserve Each Other. Literally, like, and the crazy thing about fantasy authors, because I think what it is that romance authors, well, you know, the type of romance authors on Kindle Unlimited, they are typically indie authors, whereas fantasy authors are typically traditionally published, and traditionally published books like to publish the books once a year to keep the hype going, or however traditionally published goes. Because Emily Henry already has her next book. She said she's going to talk about her next book soon. her other book just came out in May. So she's also don't know how long it takes for them to write it, but some authors will be writing their book like their book will be put out like they're okay. So say like with Emily Henry, like her book just came out in May. Her other book probably would was already written and done too. They just make you wait a year. Like think about Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey just released It Happened One Summer in July, and Hooked and Lining is coming out in March or like January and March. Mind you, those are in the same series though, but you get what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Yeah, so with indie authors, they can just publish whenever they want to, whereas with authors who have a publisher, they want to like draw it out and be like, no, like it's kind of like when Netflix releases their season every year, even though like once every year, even though normal TV shows have like 2 seasons a year. Like that's how Riverdale is on season 5 already, and it only started in 2015. Well, I mean, now the math kind of adds up, but you get what I'm saying. Like I remember the first season of Riverdale, first and 2 seasons, because those were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like I like those. Those happened within like same, not like the same year. Like one season was 2017, the other one was 2018, but in the time frame, they only had a few months between each seasons. So I think it's more so like the same. I don't know what Cold Dead Heart is, but speaking of retellings, I read it's a fairy book. It just came out. It just came out last month, but I read it a few months ago. I'm thinking of the cover, and it's like it looks like a Charlie Bowater cover. One girl in the middle, two guys on the side, and it's a love triangle. It's a fairy love triangle book. I really hope my mom orders that pizza. Yeah, that's why I want to write a like I want to write a book, but I think first of all, if I become an author, I need to write like multiple. I'm gonna write multiple genres. I read multiple genres. The genre that what I think I would do is I would have a pen name and like one. I think I would write everything under like, my name. Well, I wouldn't do my full name because my name is too long and it's not like an author name. I think I would do my first and middle name, and then yes, these hollow vows. Thank you. I didn't even have to go to Goodreads for that. But yeah, these hollow vows isn't a retelling, but it reads just like a Cinderella retelling. Like you start off the book, the main character girl, her mom died. So, and her dad is like, I don't think they ever mentioned her dad. So she goes to live with her step aunt, who has her and her sister, the main character, go to live with her step aunt. And then her step aunt has two daughters who are like the evil stepsisters, but they're just cousins. And then the main character has to go to this ball because in the ball, there's like this mirror that she needs to get, blah, 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 fantasy stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it literally reads exactly like a Cinderella retelling, and I kind of wish it was branded as that because that would have been like the best. Of course, I listened to her new song. That would have been like the best retelling that we've had. Isn't the book isn't the best thing I've ever read. It was got 3 star. I actually need to reread it to give it another chance, like to read it as it was published because sometimes when you read an arc and the book is published, it's not the same materials don't be in there. Like when the Final Girl Support Group came out, I had to ask Jada what happened in the end because I want to know if they kept the ending the same. I don't really feel like reading it. So is Cold Hearted like who the heck is Lady Tremaine? But did I like what a lot? The book? I like the book. I gave the book 3 stars. Unless we're talking about Normani's song. I like Normani's song. My thing with Normani is that's my girl. I've been with Normani since Lala's. What was it? Lala's? It was like Love You Like a Sister before they were named Fifth Harmony. And when they had like what was it like they had like something like before they had even Lala's, they had something else. Yeah, I Normani been my girl, okay? I'm gonna need her to stop doing this. Like, I'm listening to a song, guys, and then she releases a song and it's a feature. Every single song she has except Motivation is a feature. Stop putting people in the songs. I seen this TikTok and it was about basically Cardi said she wasn't gonna support like it wasn't gonna like promote the song anymore. First of all, Cardi never said that. People I hate the thing I hate is when people say that a celebrity said something to get people mad and you don't show where they said that. But anyways, so somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Cardi's not promoting the song anymore," and then it showed a fan said, "Oh, Cardi B should have been on the remix," and then Cardi B got mad and was like, "Oh, y'all always so mean to me, blah blah blah." And then somebody else who made the TikTok was like, "Yeah, y'all always so mean to her." Where was the mean thing said? She never said Cardi B verse wasn't good. She never said Cardi wasn't a good rapper. She said Cardi should have been on a remix. And you want to know why? Because all of Normani's songs have features. Let the what was it? Wild, whatever the song is. Let that song be a single, like on her own. Like let that be her own song. Oh, I had to check and make sure I didn't get that because I Disney Book Group does send me a bunch of books. They just sent me If the Shoe Fits with this big shoe, but I do not be reading those books. I don't even, to be honest, Normani can keep the album because if she drops that album and it's not the greatest thing on this earth, the way she been making people wait. No, Camilla has like 18 albums already and like 75 songs. How you letting a racist girl pass you up? Get it together, Normani. She's such a perfectionist to the point where this album better be perfect, actually. I gotta look up this book because I'm thinking of those little villain books that Disney be having that don't nobody care to read. Sorry, I am not roasting you. How do you pronounce your name? Sultana. I don't do not want you to think that I am like dragging you or your reading taste or anything like that. I'm not seeing it on. Oh, it is one of those little Disney villain books. People read those. Like I said, I'm not dragging you. I'm so sorry, but people read those. Y'all be reading those for real? I mean, she could be an industry plant because from when I know Cardi, Cardi started off as like a funny viner. Like when she had her messed up teeth, all of that. Like I remember her as like a really funny viner because she was a stripper. And then next thing you know, she on Love and Hip Hop talking about she a rapper. But I can't judge because Ruby Rose, I am obsessed with Ruby Rose. I know everything about her. I've been obsessed with her since I want to say 2016. I know everything about her. She used to date Playboy Cardi, who I was obsessed with as well. That's why I'm so obsessed with Ruby. So, but I don't know. We might be straight, man. Anyway, sorry, they were my family was talking, but so people could easily say that Ruby Rose is an industry plant because of how fast she came up, but she also dated rappers, so like she wouldn't get that. But so did Cardi, but like nobody cares about who Cardi dated. I do not remember her old Instagram name. Oh, so I said your name right? No, literally. There's this one person who comments on all of my videos. Um, there's this one person who comments on all of my like live streams. You're so rude. Like, no. If you were in my live streams, this is literally first of all, this is how I talk to my friends. Like if you're in my live streams, if you've been in my live streams, you know that I talk to everybody as if we're friends. Well, we are. I personally think of everybody as friends. Um, she's still dating him. DDG, she's still dating him. But I have been a fan of Ruby since she was dating Playboy Cardi in 2016. I used to follow her on Snapchat. Their arguments, they were messy. They would always break up and get back together. He was always cheating on her. And I know so much about her. I could just tell y'all all of her tea. which is actually really sad. So I'm not going to, because I should not know that much about a person. But I'd be bored. Sorry, I'm eavesdropping. It's my favorite thing to do. Okay, we're not getting nothing out of that. Anyways, child. So, who did read Plain Bad Heroes? Like, I know Gabriella said, well, if you did start it, because, if you weren't here the first few seconds, I started the book, I read like 30 pages. It's good. So, if you did start it or you finished it, how do you feel about the book? We'll talk about spoilers next week, though. No one was not talking about no Batgirl. That is very confusing, though. I should have been more specific. I do not care about that. Yeah, I was just it's like it's 600 pages, and the crazy thing is I started last night, but then I somehow ended up on TikTok, and I was talking to like this guy that I think is ghosting me. I don't know, but yeah, it's just so long. Like I was sitting there reading it, and I'm like, okay, I'm liking I like how it's like about a horror film. Yeah, I did After Dark and Hollow Star, and I'm actually unhauling it. I filmed it unhaul like 2 weeks ago, but then I realized that I need to upload that. I could upload it this week, but I want to upload my August wrap up. Yeah, the book. I just couldn't. I couldn't get through the book, and I couldn't get through the book, and the characters were confusing me because they named two characters with an A, and their names are similar to each other. And like one is, I think one is good and one is evil. But I thought we learned in middle school that you should not be naming books. Like if you write a book, you shouldn't be naming your characters with the same like first letter. Like you shouldn't have a character named Sarah and a character named Sam, unless and like have both of them be important. Which I still believe you shouldn't have. You shouldn't use the same letters for names. Period, but a lot of authors do that. It easily can confuse the audience, especially if you're like me and you forget the characters when you stop reading the book. But yeah, they had two characters with the same similar names that was confusing. And then the cover is very pretty. It was so boring. I got 100 pages into the book and nothing was happening. Not even like the point of the plot had started. Okay, you got jokes. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my gosh, is this Connor in my live stream? Wow. But oh, my eyes twitching. I don't think he's ghosting me. He could just be busy, but I also think that he's ghosting me. And I started this podcast last night, and it's called The Hit Job, and it's with and sorry, I got something in mind, and it's with Kiki Palmer and Pete Davidson. Who would have thought them two would be together? But it's like it's a audible original, so it's like an audiobook, but it's also like a podcast. Cause like it's like when you watch an episode of TV, but you're like going to sleep. Yeah, I just got the notification for that actually. That's what I was looking at my phone for. Yeah, I read that book. And I'm actually unhauling it. Girl, we broke up. I think you must have joined right when I said that. Yeah, we broke up. Because the distance. Gabriella, please. But what was I talking about before all of that? It doesn't matter. Anyways, so yeah, I read it. It was really boring. Like it had a pretty decent world building, but I always say it doesn't have like romance, and romance isn't important to a plot line for me, but it didn't have anything else. Like it didn't have good characters, didn't have romance, like it only had world building, like it had nothing to offer. And even the world building was like, okay. Somebody's calling me. I'm about to leave like we just on FaceTime. But what?
I know, I heard.
Yeah, it's Daniel. This is a grown man. His birthday is what's today? His birthday is August 10th. I'm not even gonna count. It's August 10th. And he'll be 13. Be like, do you remember me? I'm like, no. I have not watched Miraculous Ladybug season 4 because first of all, they be stressing me out. Okay. I got enough stress in my own personal, real, not cartoon life. And second of all, it's not on like Netflix or Disney Plus. Unless it is. I don't really check Disney Plus. But I'm gonna watch season 4 when it's on like Netflix or Disney Plus. But yeah, okay. Back to the show. Wait, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, that's what a Dark and Hollow Star is. But okay, so it's called Hit Job, and it's like when you're watching a TV show and you're about to fall asleep. So it has like full cast, it has full sound effects. It's not a book, but you can mark it on Goodreads, and I'm gonna count it towards my Goodreads goal because it is a story nonetheless. It's fictional, it's a story, so I'm gonna count it. And it's basically about this girl, Kiki Palmer's character, who goes to work for this company whose motto is you're doing basically the model. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically the model is they kill bad guys, so they're doing good for bad or something like that. They're doing good for the bad or something like that, and they have to kill people who kill people, and their numbers are like really really low, so they have like this purge type of thing where they have like this contest, and whoever kills the most people will be able to like have this highest job up there, and they'll get paid a lot of money. And Kiki Palmer's the person character is there because her grandma's dying, so she has like the most morals out of everyone. Like everyone's like, girl, you're just killing bad people. She's like, no, I'm killing people. And like, girl, you're just killing bad people though. Like this man did this and this. Like they be killing, this person be killing animals. And she's like, no, my morals. And I was like, it gets annoying over time, but it's actually really, really. I mean, I guess it's like a radio show. But one also I will suggest also Welcome to Night Vale since we're here, which is also a podcast, but that one's actually a podcast. And it's about this small town that's like really, really weird and like crazy things going on. And it's like you're listening to the radio station for it, and it's like you're in Night Vale. Night Vale is one of my favorite fictional places. Like it's so weird and crazy. And oh girl, I'm black. Black people will pirate anything. I knew how to pirate music at the right age of 7. Okay? The amount of things that I pirate will actually get me canceled, so I'm gonna stop while I'm here. Okay. What is Wolf 359 about? But I just wanna wait and watch it all together just because I'll just like I tried the pirate escape room on my laptop, and that's why it took me so long to start the live stream because my laptop has been moving slow. And I didn't even get to the movie. My laptop has been acting slow ever since I clicked on the link. I don't read them, but I did pick up one a few days ago. But I just been like in this weird like reading slump type of thing. But it's not a reading slump. I just every time I pick up a book, I put it down. So it's like I'm not really like I haven't really been reading, but I have been reading, but I haven't been reading like officially. Like, I haven't finished a book. But and I also own the podcast books, which I only own like two. And I think Jada, she is a better Nightville fan than me, which I put her onto that, by the way. She has all the podcast books, and then I know there's like 3 or 4 like fictional books, which I still can't figure out what they're about though. But okay. Also, we're going back to the oh, do you remember me? Yeah, I'll be like, no, I do not. At my grown age, I still be like, no, no. Especially, oh my gosh, I hate like when family you haven't seen in a minute is like, dude, yes, the family you haven't seen in a minute, and they're like, oh my gosh, like how old are you now? And you're like, yeah, I'm 20, whatever, or like, you're like 20, whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, where's the time gone? Like, dude, it's been some years, do the math. But yeah, I just seen this TikTok and it was basically showing like pirated movies and how there was always that one guy who was like walking back and forth. And you would always see his head, and then it'll always be like somebody laughing in the background, and then somebody telling everybody to shush. Wait, this sounds so cool. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna go check that out. Is it on Spotify? No, literally, like, yeah, yeah, you do. They be like, yeah, you change your diapers. You don't even fully grow your memory until you're like 5. Why would I remember that? Dude, I don't think I ever told y'all, but the very first time I watched it because somebody was live streaming it on Periscope, right? They dropped their phone twice. I finally watched the HD version of the movie. Why was there this whole scene that in the middle of the movie that I missed? One thing, my eyes twitching. One thing about me is I'm gonna find something pirated. I never went to the salon growing up or the barbershop or anything like that. Well, I did once, but never again. But yeah, I never went to like the salon. My dad, he just always, because I'm still mad at my dad for this. So growing up, I had 2 favorite things: Spider Man and Scooby Doo. And actually, I still have those 2 favorite things. I still love Spider Man, still love Scooby Doo. But my dad had the first 3 Spider Man movies, and he had a Spider Man game. I love Spider Man so much. I would play the Spider Man game on the Xbox, and my brothers would get mad at me because all I would do was just swing around with the spider webs, and like I would just try to like walk around New York, and I wouldn't actually play the game. But yeah, so we had the Spider-Man DVDs, and then we also had the Scooby-Doo DVDs. Why did my dad sell those for some pirated movies? I've never been so mad in my life. I'm still mad thinking about it. The comments show up so slow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the live action Scooby Doo movies. I'm a Scooby Doo girl. I even liked episode 4. I haven't watched. Okay, I have not watched any of my Thursday shows yet. I haven't watched iCarly. Haven't watched Gossip Girl or American Horror Stories. What do you think of it? Okay, you thought okay because every episode I'm like, this is the last episode I'm gonna watch. This episode was so bad. Episode 3 actually wasn't that bad, but Madison Bailey, I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her. I literally do not know how I'm gonna watch Outer Banks tonight because every time I look at her, I want to punch her in the face. Like, my God. But what's his name? I forgot his name, but the male character, I love him. He's my angel. He's my baby. So I watched to support him, right? So after that episode, the episode wasn't bad, but it wasn't giving. So I was like, I'm done watching. Okay. Yeah, I watched both episodes. Don't know why I did that to myself. And I do not trust my Ryan Murphy. Like, if somebody put a gun to my head and told me to name the best thing that Ryan Murphy has ever done all the way through, couldn't tell you. Because he messes up everything he does. Everything he does, how do you mess up your own work season after season after season? Every time. The last 15 minutes, like the first episode was like, okay, what is this? And it might have been because the second episode was so terrible. And it might have been because the show has so many nepotism babies. It is actually insane. People thought it was bad. Well, subjectively, I don't think any superhero movie is bad. I don't look at them. First of all, well, I don't think anything is bad. I watched Space Jam and thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna say it was the best thing ever, but I thought it was pretty good. So so I don't really have like any subjective taste on anything. Okay, yes. But did he finish it? No, he didn't. Trying to eavesdrop. Uh Yeah, because first of all, how I feel about like American Horror Story, I haven't watched any of his other projects. I do want to watch The Politician though. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think season 2 of Scream Queens was like the best thing ever, but it was bad. It wasn't okay. I don't think it was the best thing ever, but I don't think it was the worst thing ever. Oh yes, Scream Queens season 1 was giving. Okay, I actually want to rewatch Scream Queens because I'm writing a slasher and I want to pull from like my favorite slashers, and like they had like it gives. And I have this issue where I like to guess who the killer is in slashers. Shook me to my core. Well, not really, but kind of. There was a comment I want to address earlier. Okay. So, Madison Bailey basically says something very transphobic, biphobic, and panphobic. She's also colorist, and she also did something to one of her cast members. So the transphobic, biphobic, and panphobic thing was all one situation. She made a TikTok, and it was like that. I like him too. He's my man. She's my boo. But it was like, oh, pan people. Something about pan people and how like she likes men, women, trans men, and trans women, which is problematic because trans men are men and trans women are women, and it's just like she's misrepresenting. Dang, she's misrepresenting um pan people and also being transphobic. And then she's also colorist because she went on this whole Twitter rant about how hard it is being light skinned and being mixed. And what she did to her cast member was people were shipping her and her cast member Rudy, who plays JJ on the show, in real life because people ship JJ and Madison's character Kiara together, as so did I. And so people started shipping them in real life. And then she started putting the blame on him. And then she started treating him like really badly and like just being really mean and weird to him. She's a weirdo. She's a weirdo. And I haven't seen that. Chanel number 1. First of all, Emma Roberts in her mean girl era. First of all, Emma Roberts is a queen of horror and she's the queen of mean girls. Madison Montgomery, Chanel Oberlin, I base my entire personality on those two people alone. Like the girl, she just eats. She just eats. I'm sorry. Wait, Ryan Murphy does Pose? I did not know. Or are you just talking about Pose? I'm very confused. What slasher books do you be reading? Cause which do you mean thrillers? Because I can't think of any slashers. Oh, he created it. That's just as bad as what's his name who created like I found out this really weird rumor about Riverdale, and I'm really praying that it's not real. But basically, the person who created it, I forgot his name, but he did something else. I think he did. Sometimes I forget that Ryan Murphy did Glee. That completely leaves my mind. That alone is evidence that this man is insane. Insane. Anyways, because the guy who did Riverdale, I think, also worked on Glee. I think, but apparently when he created like this play that was like a knockoff of Riverdale, and it was like actually I don't even remember it. It was a yeah, him, him. Oh my gosh, the best thing ever was trying the TV show. Okay, I highly recommend the TV show. The last season everyone hates. I don't hate it, but that's because I have a deep attachment to the TV show. Like people turning my favorite horror things into. I have so many like slasher TV shows I could recommend you guys. Also, the show Slasher, I need to watch that, but I haven't watched it yet. Yes, that one. Do we have the same For You page? Girl. Anyways, back to I'm everywhere. I'm always everywhere in my live streams. I'm so sorry. But when I watched the Scream TV show, I would sit there and try to guess who the killer is every single episode. And actually, when a certain character comes on, because I'm not gonna tell anyone just in case you watch it, but something happens, and I'm like, this character is the killer. Girl, somebody else ended up being the killer in the first season, and then the second season, the person I thought it was ended up being the killer. That that is genius. That is so genius. Okay, so yeah, when I watched Scream for the first time, because I've always been into horror movies, but I would be scared of certain ones. Like I liked slashers growing up, but I always watched like Jeepers Creepers, Candyman, Freddy vs. Jason. So I was always watching the ones I was comfortable with. I didn't even watch Scream until I was 13, I think. Which if you've seen that picture I posted on Twitter where where I went at Scream following in the 6th grade. I went at Scream because I wanted the other. Okay, so you know how in like on Halloween, like there's always somebody who dresses up scary. My big brain self decided that if I dress up as something scary, people who are scary too won't try to scare me. It was so smart because they did not try to scare me. They was like, "Yo, what's up?" I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Yeah, that was the smartest idea I ever had. So I didn't start watching Scream until I was like, I didn't watch it for the first time until I was 13. Because when I was 13, I watched my first paranormal movie. And I was like, oh, this stuff is whack. I can watch horror movies. And then that's when my obsession with slasher started. So I watched Scream when I was 13 for the first time. And I was so obsessed. So obsessed. I have never seen Nip Tuck. I am not watching that Friendly Space Ninjas. I'm sorry. Unless it's like a commentary somebody else did. Aren't they on Netflix? I don't know. I know for a fact it's a Canadian show because my theory is that if one person from Degrassi is in it, it's Canadian. Just one. At first it was two people, just one person. Sex Slash Life, Canadian. Marcus and Jenny, Canadian. I didn't even watch Marcus and Jenny. I just seen Sav from Degrassi, knew it was filmed in Canada because they like to recycle characters from Degrassi for some weird reason. Yeah, Slashers on Netflix. It's actually a 99%. It's a 90% match too. They have prom night on here. I forgot that what's his name from Teen Wolf? Where it's not even, oh yeah, what's his name from Teen Wolf is on there. If you haven't watched Fear Street, watch Fear Street. By the way. So I seen one of the thumbnails was called Thriller, right? I click on it. Why her wig look like this? Why her wig look like that? Why her wig look like that? In the thumbnail, why her wig look like that? Anyways, I could literally recommend so many um I could recommend so many slasher like movies, TV shows. Like you want it, I got it. Some will be hard to find though, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Brittany Snow, and then let's not forget Pitch Perfect when she came back after all those years. Brittany Snow, my gosh, I loved her. Prom Night was my favorite movie ever. I'm thinking about it and like I didn't start really watching horror for real until I was 13, but like my entire life I've loved horror. Like when I was younger, me and my sister would play this game and it was based on One Missed Call or something like that. The one where there's a babysitter and she misses the call. I actually have never seen that movie, but my auntie seen it and we made a game out of it where we would hide from a killer. Who was the killer? Nobody. My aunt is 3 years older than me, by the way, and then I'm 3 years older than my sister. So all three of us, like, we would be the two kids she's babysitting, and then it would be my aunt. She would be the babysitter. We would run around the house hiding from no one. We'd be like, "Oh my gosh, here he comes, you guys, be quiet." We would be home alone. Nobody would be there. Oh yes, I love Hairspray. I don't know if you guys know this, but I love musicals. But I've never seen like Hamilton. I don't want to watch it just because everyone keeps telling me to watch it, so I'm not gonna watch it. Okay, I still have to watch Halloween. I have been so behind on my slashers this past 2 years. To be fair, I do not go to the theater very often. My family's not like a theater family, even though they went to go see Halloween in 2019, and I never went. I don't know why I didn't go. My mom and my sister, because everyone in my family has their own slasher movie besides my brother because he doesn't like them. So my mom's is Child's Play, mine is Scream, and then my sister's is Halloween. So they went because my sister's favorite is Halloween, but I didn't go. Yes, I still need to watch Freaky. Like I said, I was about to pirate Sneak Freaky and Escape Room because I heard those are really good. And I actually have a list of like horror films I need to get you on. But I'm also excited for Candyman, especially because there are only two movies that have ever scared me in my life. Candyman and Jeepers Creepers. Because they were so terrifying. Jeepers Creepers, first of all, he's ugly. Second of all, he's hideous. Third of all, that song, Jeepers Creepers, terrifying. Terrifying. He's ugly. That movie is just so great. Like everything about the movie is just so great. You got the dumb two kids and the fact that they're siblings. I love slasher movies with siblings. I love them even more if the siblings are besties because me and my sister are besties. And we like to watch horror movies together. But the scene in the movie where the dumbass brother goes down to like the lair and then he's the one that is like getting sought after, and you're like hoping that he survives in the end, and in the movie his eyes are cut out. Cinema, a masterpiece. And I haven't seen Candyman in a long time, but I do suggest to watch. Jordan Peele has a documentary on what's that website called? I got it. Shutter. Shutter. If you horror movies, well, I don't say download Shutter because their movies are actually very fucking terrible. But they are how I watched. I watched a bunch of 80s slashers on how in like Halloween like 2 years ago. The best choice ever made. 80 slashers are so terrible. You're always gonna see some boobs. Best choice I ever made in my life. But yeah, Shudder is like a horror movie like stream service, and Jordan Peele has a documentary. Why are we talking about slashers and you over here talking about some what's your favorite Reddit romance? Read the room. No, I'm just playing. I don't have any. I like no, that don't count. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't really read wedding romances. Like centered around a wedding. I don't really have any. Um I do not get scared of horrors like because to me slashers I prefer slashers or paranormals. I will watch a paranormal movie. Will I like it? Probably not though. Like and I do like those unique slashers. There are a few paranormals like The Haunting of Molly Hartley or The Uninvited, but I'm talking about full on like it's a ghost terrifying. The Unborn, that one was good. Technically, no, that don't count. I was gonna say the guest list, but nobody dies in that book. But that would be good. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody with some common sense. They're so boring because it's like I believe in ghosts, but it's really something that you have to experience, in my personal opinion. For me, I guess I would say it's something that I would have to experience in order to be scared of because they're so like okay, yes, slashers are unrealistic, but there are serial killers. There are so many serial killers out there. Like it's very realistic. Like they're like serial killer documentaries. You can look up a case of a slasher film, and it probably actually happened for real. Um, Texas Chainsaw Massacres are based on a true story to an extent. So you have those slasher films that are low key realistic because serial killers will always be around. Whereas paranormal things, people, and I'm not saying like everybody is gonna experience a serial killer in their life. Oh yes, I've seen 13 Ghosts. It is that movie, especially with the black girl, final girl. Of course, I've seen it. Of course, I've pretty much seen any horror film you could think of. If it's especially if it's old, but more so if it's a slasher. But I think with paranormal movies, you have to have experienced them for you to really, really be like spooked for real. Plus the jump scares, literally, you can prepare yourself. Stuttering, you can prepare yourself for jump scares because you're gonna always know when they're coming. If it's quiet, jump scare. If there's music, jump scare. Mentally start preparing yourself, saying it's coming, it's coming. You're not gonna be scared anymore. Promise you. Yes, and also they're always stupid. I watched Ouija because that was like when the movie Ouija came out, I was like in my era of like witchy vibes, like my goth girl era, you know. So when that movie came out, I was like, yes, give it to me. And plus, all the actors in that movie were people I really, really messed with. The dumbass movie ended up with the dead sister, becoming a ghost in the end and saving her sister who was alive. That's so unrealistic. Yeah. Now, why are y'all asking me about romances and we are talking about slashers? And what romance books do y'all be reading? Because um proposal romance books don't exist. Well, I mean they probably do, but I haven't read any. Also, don't take that in like a rude way. I gotta put disclaimers on here because people will be like, "Oh man, that's so mean." Like I don't mean that in a rude way. Like, okay, serial killers don't scare me either, but ghosts don't scare me either because if there's ghosts in my house, I'm gonna move. No, because let's talk about it. Let's talk about how in what's that movie called? Um, Amityville Horror, dumb movie. Paranormal Activity, dumb movie. Especially the ones when they be like, "Mom, I saw this girl named Susie." Actually, before I start, I do want to say the best paranormal thing I have seen is The Haunting of Hill House, and I had to suspend my disbelief for the ending of that movie. I mean, that show. Okay? I really had to suspend my disbelief for that. It took a lot in me. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So they'd be like, Mom, I saw Susie standing next to my bed. And they'd be like, girl, who the fuck is Susie? Girl, I would have moved out. What do you mean? Yeah, he's gonna be in Jordan Peele's movie. So is Keke Palmer. Who the heck is? What is this? Oh yeah, they probably are fake accounts. I'm trying to think if I've seen Sinister. There's this one paranormal movie that I really messed with, and I cannot think of the name. Also, there's this one Paranormal Activity movie that I do mess with too. But those Annabelle movies, the Conjuring movies, can't. Conjuring 2 though. The man, my God, the man who like the toy. What is it called? The tall man. It was like the movie's version of like Slender Man. That needs to be a movie because that was scary. Okay. And the paranormal movie where it was like I think it was the characters were Latinx. That one was good. And then like all the witches, the dead witches came at the end. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, I'm over here acting like somebody's grandma. Okay, so name some paranormal movies then. Of course I've seen. Don't be asking me if I've seen these movies. Of course I've seen it. It's actually in my top favorite slashers. Also, I will suggest with the similar title, it's called Final Girl or The Final Girl. Is it called The Final Girl? And it has Chanel number 3 as the main character. Okay, no, it's just called Final Girl. And it has Abigail Breslin, Chanel number 5, Chanel number 3. The one that nobody liked. And it's about this girl who is like trained to be a killer, and then one day she comes across these boys who like to take women into the woods and hunt them. So it's like, who's the prey? Who's so good. So good. Dude, I remember when I seen The Nun. The comments move so fast. What the heck? Wait, where'd it go? Yeah, I remember when I seen The Nun. Gabriella. This is why I fuck with you, girl. This is why. I'm not watching it. I started it. My uncle was like, "You need to watch this." My uncle made me watch it, so basically, so I can never have sex. Me and my sister sat through 5 minutes of the movie and turned it off. I think I've only ever seen The Conjuring 2, and I've seen the Nun, and I've seen one of the Annabelle movies. So I've seen 3 of like the universe movies all together, and I will never watch another one. Okay, but I need some recommendations. Not some recommendations, some examples. Because I'm blanking. Because when I say paranormal, I don't mean exactly a haunted house, because sometimes with paranormal stuff, like the thing will follow them. I'm gonna go to my list that I have, because I keep a list for everything. Me and Jada are planning on having a scary movie day for Friday the 13th, because every Friday the 13th it's a tradition for us. We also do like every October we watch like a bunch of horror movies, but since she's been in college we can do neither. So this will be the first Friday the 13th we can do that. And I'm so excited. I have my list already ready. I ran through my list with her. So I'm so excited. So like I have like the House of Wax. That one's not bad. I Know What You Did Last Summer on this list, but it's actually not even good. I don't know why I have it on there. Except the second movie. Second I Know What You Did Last Summer was good. The first one, and I have like 13 Ghosts, and I have The Witch and In the Tall Grass and Bad Hair, which I just watched recently. So those are like paranormal movies, but they're not like haunted house type. But like, I guess I don't like haunted house type things. But I did like The Haunting of Hill House. Like I said, I did have to suspend my disbelief for the last one. But I think I like The Haunting of Hill House because of the characters. Of course, I've seen Sleepaway Camp. I literally spent, I think it was October 2019. I spent that entire October watching 80s slashers. But yeah, I like it. But Angela, actually, I reference Sleepaway Camp in my slasher novel that I'm writing. Are we talking about Chad Michael Murray? Did you just refer to Chad Michael Murray as that blonde guy? I can't do this with you right now. Thank you. Thank you. He's not just a guy. He's the guy. He's Chad Michael Murray. Okay? But anyways, I have seen Drag Me to Hell. I actually have this really funny story of, okay, but you better be good with Chad Michael Murray. Let me stop bullying you. But so when I forgot what grade I was in, but me and Daniel were like really young. Me and him are 10 years apart. So I want to say he was probably like 3, so I could have been like 13. And we used to have this thing when I actually had a actual family. That sounded a lot more sad than what I meant it to be. But when my mom and my brother's dad were actually married, we would do stuff like we would have like family movie night. So like we would make dinner together and then we would watch a movie. So we were all in the kitchen like making dinner, and next thing you know, we just hear this big, loud, like scream, white girl scream come from the TV. Turns out Daniel had bought Drag Me to Hell. So that ended up being the movie that we watched for our family dinner. Okay, yeah, we're not even gonna talk about, hi Jocelyn. We're not even gonna talk about the Ted Bundy movie. First of all, why do we need so many of those? That's all I got. There's no reason for there to be that many um Bundy movies, like ever. But I don't remember what Drag Me the Hell was about, but I thought that one was good. And I actually don't think I've ever seen Mirrors, but I did see a movie that like um what is that? Oculus? I seen Oculus. Never hated a movie more in my life. It was so dumb. Chad Michael Murray's his best work is actually the Christmas movie he has with Christina Milian. Okay? And I am just saying that because he's with a black woman and I like to self-insert. And actually, his best work, despite the unknown project that I just listed, would actually be Freaky Friday. Because Hit Me Baby One More Time, when he's singing through her window, he was so down bad. So down bad in that movie for her. So good. But I could be biased because okay, it's not a Hallmark movie. And no, not the Snow Globe one. It's the one where she is visited by her ghost of her boyfriend's ghost, something like that. And actually, Ashley Benson, is that is that white girl's name? Um, exactly, exactly, exactly. And I could be biased because Freaky Friday is my favorite movie, which is also very funny because of the like Lindsay Lohan and what's that girl's name? You know who I'm talking about. Hilary Duff, the Lindsay Lohan and Hilary Duff drama that was going on at the time. Like, I love A Cinderella Story, but it's gotten so many spin-offs that it's ruining that feel to it. Actually, but let me put A Cinderella Story on my list. I am watching a bunch of rom-coms. I'm gonna watch them, like, I'm gonna watch a bunch of them when I'm off work. I'm gonna spend like 72 hours watching them. So we'll be putting it on my list. So I'm gonna tell you guys my list. Please, no recommendations. And if I don't list a movie, it's probably because I've seen it recently. So I have The Princess Diaries 1 and 2, Legally Blonde because I've never seen that, The Wedding Planner because I've also never seen that, Just Friends, The Proposal, 27 Dresses, The Duff. I did just watch that, but I'm gonna watch it again. Emma, no, Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List because I love that movie, and A Cinderella Story. I just added that. It's just I got this idea. Well, it's because one, I'm sad. And two, because I seen this girl and she spent like a whole day watching a bunch of rom-coms, and I was like, oh, that's so smart. I want to do that, but there's no way I can watch a bunch of, like, when I watched on Valentine's Day, when I watched rom-coms all day, I made it through like I made it through like, well, I watched all three To All the Boys movies, and then I watched Easy A, and then I watched The Duff, and then I watched John Tucker Must Die. So I watched like 5 movies, and that's not enough. Yes, Just Friends per. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of J-Lo. I don't like the woman. All the movies I like about her are completely against my will because they are just simply just good movies. Like Made in Manhattan. It's a good movie. It's actually one of my favorite movies. I will watch it in the kitchen because we had a TV in the kitchen in my dad's house. I have not seen that. Okay, when we talk about rom-coms, when we talk about slasher movies, y'all want to talk about rom-coms, and then when we talk about rom-coms, y'all want to talk about sad stuff. Let's get it together. Yeah, I can't stand J-Lo. So, but I do love me some Matthew McConaughey. I don't watch any, like, for Christmas. I usually have like my Christmas movies, and then for my birthday, I usually watch my favorite. So I watch like Addams Family, and then I also watched Burlesque last year, and I watched one movie that I thought was gonna be my favorite, but I ended up never seeing it again. Um, but yeah, I've only ever seen Made in Manhattan. I gotta put The Bridesmaids on my list. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Wait, is it The Bridesmaids, the one with Raven Simone? That movie is god tier. Okay, because I actually did wanna I did wanna watch that movie because of Liam Hemsworth, and I exactly. Bridesmaids is that movie. And doesn't that movie have a trope of, first of all, I spelled bridesmaids so wrong. I'm trying to figure out what trope that movie had, the romance trope. Okay, no, I'm talking, first of all, the wrong sorry, the wrong that was the wrong movie. I meant Revenge of the Bridesmaids with Raven Simone. Let me make sure I specify that in my list. Yes, I actually watched Penelope during Halloween a few years ago. Gabriella, are we the same person? Girl, what the hell? Not too many people I know have seen Penelope. Oh, there's this movie that I wanted to watch with Chris Evans, and it was like, What's Your Number? And I wanted to watch that with my ex, but he was all like, no. So now I can watch it. Yeah, it was Anna Faris and Chris Evans. Yeah, yeah, she is in it. It might have been What's Your Number because I don't think Chris Evans is into many rom-coms like that. Although he could be the next Matthew McConaughey. He's gonna voice Buzz Lightyear. Interesting. Oh, he is his son. He's in one called Play It Cool, Before We Go. Okay, he's in a few. Okay, but I want him in popular ones. Sorry. Dude, I remember in high school, um, they had us watching this movie that he was in with Scarlett Johansson, which I thought was very funny. What was it called? And it was about like the perfect score when they go and steal the SAT score. I never finished that movie, but it was pretty good. Help! It's Kenya, you almost set me up. Now what if I would have went to go watch that movie? Then what? You almost set me up. But no, I was talking about the perfect score. It's when it's with Scarlett Johansson and they go and steal the SAT score. We watched it in preparation for SATs. I don't know. Sometimes I think my English teachers were just putting on movies. They were in that one together too. You know what? I think I might have seen that one. There is something with Scarlett Johansson that I seen when I was younger. It might have been okay, can you bring me some? I didn't think you were going to. When I write my rom coms and I get published, I'm gonna be checking for Mr. Chris Evans. I have a couple of rom com ideas actually. Rom com books, I mean, that could be turned into movies. Oh, it was Home Alone 3. Okay, I thought she was in a Home Alone movie, but I was like, no, why would she be in that trash? But no, it was Home Alone 3. But I have so many book ideas. Like I don't know. It's just like I just don't think I have what it takes to be like an author. When did I say it? Well, I did say something about Home Alone 3. I just said it was a bad movie. And I mean, it couldn't be canon because it doesn't follow any of the same characters. I'm trying to think. I want to see that Ryan Gosling movie that's coming out, and it's called The Guy. I think Ryan Reynolds is just that man. I can't lie. It's so crazy how him and what's her name met on the Green Lantern, which is like the worst movie. Why is this man at 12 upcoming things? They're making a new Clue movie, which he will be in. Let me add these. Imaginary Friends. There's also this Ryan Reynolds movie I actually been meaning to watch, the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. Let me screenshot that. It's Free Guy. Mm-hmm. It's Free Guy. Oh, was it Six Underground was the movie I was trying to watch. No, I wasn't that. I'm actually so excited for Deadpool 2. I mean 3 because Deadpool 2 was actually oh, The Hitman's Bodyguard. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible with these movies. Um, yeah, I love Dylan O'Brien, but I like him as like what he does now, like action stuff. Cause I did like him in what was it called? First Kiss, First Love, the first time. That was like the first thing he was in. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It was a good movie, but I just like him in like other stuff. I don't really see him as like he was the voice of Bumblebee. Now what the hell? Must see horror films. So I think you have to see the Final Girls. You have to see Orphan, The Uninvited. I never tell anyone what my favorite horror film is because it's just so weird and like it only takes a certain level of person to understand the movie. No, Selena Gomez is in that movie. You're thinking about Behaving Badly, which is with Nat Wolf, which now that is a rom com man. Okay, that is a rom com man. His movie with Lily Collins, Nat Wolf is a rom com man. Oh, he's on the stand. Okay, period. I'm about to watch this. Well, after I read it. Paper Towns, yeah. Fault in Our Stars. I remember when he was in the Fault in Our Stars. Stuck in Love. He was in Palo Alto. Crazy. Yeah, it was Brit. Yeah, it was Brit because yeah, they did it afterwards. Dude, I was so obsessed with Nan Alex Wolf, and then Alex Wolf grew up and he was kind of ugly. But then I saw him in this movie called Dude with Lucy Hale. I really like that movie, and I really hate Lucy Hale. Hell, yeah, I haven't seen Palo Alto just because I heard it was very sus. That's not the word I'm looking for, but what was the other rom com he was in? Yeah, I just hate that woman. She's in so many things that you can't not talk about her. But it's becoming like a live stream tradition. Like I've literally talked about how much I hate her in the past two live streams. Yeah, she is gonna be in a hating game. Who she's playing a character named Lucy. I don't know why, but I hate when they do that. Like when an actor is playing somebody in a book or a movie or whatever, and they have the same name. I don't know why it makes me angry, but it does. Yeah, I heard the book was like really problematic. I just don't think that she's gonna deliver. Like I don't think she's a good actress. I'm sorry. She's been typecasted a lot. She's very bland and very boring. She doesn't really give. Which is so crazy because I loved her. I think I hate shit for her started during Pretty Little Liars because I loved her in What's His Way with Place. I mean, she got booked in Pretty Little Liars after that, and I just hated her. But she's always played like the same kind of character. Yeah, everything she's in, boy, all them horror movies she be in flops. Why was I actually? I'm actually looking. I was looking at the IMDb, and the score was so low. My God. But I really, I personally don't think that. I personally don't think that books need to be movies. But I guess because there's so many books out there that like they're just gonna start turning them into movies. I mean, yeah, but personally, I think it could be good. Like if they do it, like Set It Off is one of my favorite office romances where they're trying to hook their bosses up, but it's like there's nothing like quirky about the hating game. Like I said, and Set It Off. Like I think that every romance movie has something like unique about them. Like I said, Set It Off is about these two people who are trying to get their bosses together because their bosses have like a stick up their butt, and they're like, "I'm sick of this. Like, let's go put them together," and then they end up falling in love. And then you also have like the proposal where she's like, there's nothing special about the hating game. They just hate each other, and then that's it. Like, there's nothing that like brings them a reason for them to be together. I guess, bitch. I feel like you're lying, but I feel like you're telling the truth. I feel like you're telling the truth, but I feel like you're lying. I'm gonna keep saying it in different ways. I just don't want to see anything as a show or a movie. Sorry. Although I will say that it did not disappoint with all the books I loved before, so they actually brought that movie. So just except the second one, which makes me sad because the second book is my favorite book, specifically for the game of assassin that they play. Just for them to not put the assassin game in the movie. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, you're making it several points. Ugh, my snack bin is empty. I'm so sad. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I get why they redid Spider Man because like they wanted Spider Man to be like in the MCU as like a teen, and like Spider Man was owned by Sony first, and whatever, blah blah blah. So I get why they did Spider Man the third time. The second time, I don't know, but I ain't gonna complain because Andrew Garfield's Spider Man is my favorite. Like everybody was in that era of like hating that movie. You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how everybody was trashing Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man, and now suddenly everybody on Twitter loves it. If y'all would have loved the movie the first time, we would have gotten a third movie. But y'all want to sit here and be like, "Oh my gosh, like underrated gem." Like you're lying. You did not like this movie. You're lying. Yeah, that's very true. It's just crazy that like people, and I get it, Hollywood goes based off money, But like it's like they're too scared to try something new. Like when they did the girls trip, like they never want to cast black people, Asian people, Latinx people in films, and then you have things like Girl Trip, which or Black Panther, which black people showed up. Black people will show up, okay? And then you have shows, you have stuff like Always Be My Maybe and To All the Buzz I Loved Before, and it's like nobody's giving POC those rom-com movies or those fun movies or those superhero movies that we deserve. And then we get them and we show up for them and we give them so much money and they're still like, I don't think I want to cast any of these people in the movie. I think I want to keep it a mixed Asian person, a mixed black person. Like Hollywood is going to hell. Okay, so what I need to do is move to New York. I could have been in Gossip Girl. Girl, this is sick. I still got no text. Y'all, I really think I'm being ghosted. He was so nice too. And we had a FaceTime date planned for tomorrow. And now I'm being ghosted. I'm done. Yeah, I know they film in Vancouver a lot. I can always tell. First of all, I can always wait, where's Vancouver? Is Vancouver in Canada? And speaking of Canada, the guy who could or could not be ghosting me lives in Canada. But he's American, but he lives in Canada and like he works in Detroit, which is like 15 minutes away from me. So he's always driving to and from Canada, like to and from here. He's here every single day. So I really could have had something, you know. Could have had it all. Anyways, I can always tell when a show is filmed in Canada because, like I said earlier, there'll be somebody from Degrassi in it. It never fails. Always. Just an extra. It's like they call them like, hey, we're in your city. Do you want to come and be in this random show movie? And they be like, yeah. And I was like, dang, this show was filmed in Canada because I seen this one person I know. It also is really good though, seeing people from Degrassi, like the OGs, and seeing them now. So instead of having to worry about what they look now or like stalking other Instagrams, or you can just watch the Drake music video. But you know, if you want to stay updated, you can always just watch a movie that was filmed in Canada because somebody's gonna be in there. I don't want a church man. Sorry. Yeah. See, Vine is dead. TikTok is alive. Yeah. Like, when I was growing up, I watched this show. I talked about it in my last live stream. It was like a kid show. It was called The Latest Buzz. It was about these kids who worked in the magazine. And like everybody who's in that show was in Degrassi. The guy who played Eli was in it, and he played like and I watched this show before I watched Degrassi. Like this show was like a little bit earlier than Degrassi. No, it was no. I watched the show. I watched Degrassi first, but when this show came out, the people who are in this show were gonna be in like the later seasons. But Eli was in there. He played like the dumb skater boy, and that's also how I knew he had a twin brother because his twin brother was in the show, like for real, like not on some um parent trap type stuff. Like it was his actual twin brother. And then that's also how I knew Vanessa Morgan because she was in that show before she was in My Baby Sister's a Vampire, which is also how I knew My Baby Sister's a Vampire was filmed in Canada. And then the one guy who played Claire's stepbrother slash boyfriend was in there. And then this other girl, she was in a episode of Degrassi. Vanessa Morgan was also in Degrassi. She played what's his name's girlfriend, like baby mama. What's his name? He was Drew's best friend. I'm so good with actors. I don't at all. Now we do have some Q boys there, but there'll be Q boys who don't work my shift or like ones who like I'll never see again, or guys are so nice to me there, and I can't tell if they think I'm cute because they're nice. Like this one guy, had to see him all day. I was leaving. He was like, "Have a nice night." Like I don't know if they say that because they don't want to be awkward. They see me a lot and they think I see them. I don't know. Men scare me. But yeah, we don't have a lot of cute guys. And then if we do, they're probably underage. They're probably 18, 19. They're going back to college soon. Like there are no cute grown men. Okay, not grown men. I don't want like a 30-year-old man, but like they're either like young or old, basically. There's no one like my age. I never watched Skins, which is so crazy because Skins was when I was in my depression. That's when I first like started having depression. You would think that I would watch that show because it resonated with so many people who also had depression, but no, I was over here watching music videos on MTV and like Teen Nick and Degrassi, which was making my depression worse than anything. Thank you. Or like, I don't want to say this and sound creepy. Like sometimes you forget that you're not that age, and it's not that I've ever talked to anyone who's like, I don't talk to anybody who's the same age as me, let alone younger than me. I only talk to people who are maybe like I talk to people who are a year older than me and up, but like not 30. You know. So my limit is right now because I'm 22, 23 to 27. But I'm gonna be 23 next month, so it's gonna have to be 24 to 28. But I have not seen Misfits. Well, it's not different, but it's just that sometimes guys do have like hidden agendas, and sometimes guys can be really, really creepy. So I never know, or like guys are only nice to women that they find attractive. So I never know if guys would be nice to me because, or maybe this is just something that I think and I don't know how guys work, but it's just something that like I've noticed. And I don't know, because a lot of guys will say, I guess because I'm friendly and I do say hi to everyone at work. Like I talk to everyone, even people who like my managers who are kind of like snooty and like me. I say good night to them all, not good night, but have a nice night to them all the time. Like I am really, really friendly. So I guess it just like also a lot of guys will come up to you as I literally just seen a TikTok. A lot of guys will come up to someone in customer service and flirt with them, and they're basically holding this girl hostage, like conversation wise, because you have to be nice to customers. Like I can't just like get away from you, freaking loser. And you have to be nice to customers. So a lot of guys will misinterpret that as like, oh, she likes me back, she's flirting with me, and they'll literally hold you hostage. Oh my gosh, yes. I work a night shift and luckily my mom picks me up, so it's like door, car. But when I start driving, if I start driving, I we do have the buddy system, so like they don't let you leave out with like without yourself, or like you can always walk out, or like sometimes they'll have the guys walk you out. So, I am good friends with the guys who work there. So I think like I can always ask them to walk out with me and stuff like that. But you just like there could be guys like waiting outside to take you, like you never know. Like there's this one time I swear this guy was gonna snatch me up when I went to the bathroom, but we have a secret passageway at Target. So I ended up walking up the stairs. But I swear to God, this man was about to snatch me up. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I could be delusional though. There was this guy. Oh my gosh, it was so creepy. So, we had these, we have these doors in Target. They're like, they go to the back room and stuff like that. So, I was going to put my two tier because they're like two-tier carts. I was going to put it back because there were so many, and there was one that was like you're not supposed to leave the two-tier cards sitting out. So like if you never see them, that means it's good because your target is keep it. What is my test, girl? I still don't have my glasses yet. Anyways, so So I had to put the two-tier cards out because you're not supposed to leave those sitting out because customers take them and think that they're for them. I don't know why you would think that that's for you. Like if you see everybody else using a regular basket, I've learned that people are really stupid. Like I'm not gonna lie, people are really stupid. Anyway, so I'm going to put the two-tier cards in the back because they're not supposed to be in the front, and me and my coworker are putting one bag. But I noticed there's another one, so I go out, and as soon as I go out, this guy stops me. And he's like, "Oh, hey, you're really pretty. Can I have your number?" I just gave him my number. I never texted this man. He texted me like twice. I never texted him back. Like, no, I will give somebody my number and not text them. Like, you got my number because I'm not about to be harassed. But especially because like if you tell a man no, like you never know what's gonna happen. So I just gave him my number, a real number, just in case he wanted to be like, "Oh, like let me text you real fast." So I gave him my number and I never texted him back. But my coworker said that she saw him lurking around through like the little windows that we have. So like he was watching me. So creepy. Yeah, people are so stupid. Oh my gosh, I have so many stories of people just being stupid. Like there's this okay, so we have a reward system, and that's not a reward system. We have an app. And basically when you're buying something at the register, if you shop at Target often you know that you're supposed to type your number in. You can either type your number in or they can scan it in the app. They're the same thing, okay? They're the same thing. But on the app, you can like put how much money you have in. A lot of people don't know they're the same thing. So the option to put your number in had went away. That was my bad. I'm not gonna lie. Some people be moving slow for me, so it's not my fault. So and it wouldn't work getting it on the screen because we got a new computer system. So she's like, I'm like, oh well, I'll just scan it, and she was like, oh, is my money gonna go through? Because she had like some extra. She had like 2 cents and like on there. So I was like, yeah, it'll go through. And she got mad at me, and I was like, oh, they're the same thing. She was like, no, they're not. Because just because you go through the effort of typing in your number and scanning it in the same transaction does not mean they're not the same thing. You just are dumb and don't know that they're the same thing, and nobody's gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna be like, hey man, this is the same thing, right? Because it doesn't really matter. Like you're still putting in your numbers, it doesn't really matter. And she wants to catch an attitude with me. So I called one back. I've been working here for like 2 years. I know how our system works. You're gonna tell me. I hate people try, and there's nothing I hate more than when somebody's trying to get a discount. That is my least favorite thing ever. When somebody's trying to get a discount. Okay, I had to turn my room on because it was getting too dark. Cause we haven't talked about books this entire live stream. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I do not laugh at white people jokes. I do not laugh. I just be standing there. And it's even worse with my mask on. I don't really get this. I don't know. I don't know, girl. I haven't been downstairs either. But if you do happen to go down there, can you give me some pizza because Daniel said no. But I don't get what this question. Oh, okay. So there are like two different types of discounts. So if I'm telling y'all this, like y'all Anyways, thank you. I hate when people beg for discounts. This is or when people come in and they're like, "This is kind of expensive." It's Target. Oh, I'm not paying. Somebody was like, "I'm not paying $25 for some goggles." Exactly. Go to the dollar store and get it for $1. This is Target. You're not gonna get anything. Literally, why do you come into Target thinking you're gonna get something for affordable or for cheap? No, even on a discount. This lady came in. Oh, anyways, before I tell that, we have two different types of discounts. So you have the discounts on your phone, and then you have the discounts on like the actual discounts. So sometimes it'll say this item is $5.99, but that's why you. Sorry, I was gonna say the way I was gonna say that was gonna be kind of rude, but I was gonna say that's why you read what the sign says because sometimes it'll say $5.99 with your target circle, and the target circle is your app on the phone. So sometimes you gotta be reading that. But to be honest, if you go, oh, I thought this was $5.99, and you provide a picture, sometimes you don't even provide a picture. Like sometimes you be like, yeah, I thought it was $5.99, and they'll be like, okay, well if that's what you said, because I don't feel like arguing with people. So I'll be like, if that's what you said, if you told me this item that I know was $50 was five, I'm just gonna give it to you because I don't work at the cashier. I'm not a cashier, so what are they gonna do? But there was this lady who came in and she was looking for these jeans, and the jeans had already been marked down twice. We marked down stuff 3 times. She asked me, she was like, "Oh, well, can you mark this down?" I said, "No, I can't do that. Like, you have to go into, like, it has to pop up for it to be marked down." She wanted me to search. It was not marked down yet. It was not. It didn't pop up yet. She's like, "Oh, can you call your manager?" So I walk in my manager. We switch it to. She's telling the customer same thing I just told her. She goes, "Oh, well, can you tell your manager to meet me in this section?" I told her my manager never responded. I don't think my manager met her in that section because she never said anything and whatever. But it's like if you wanted these pants because they were $14, go to the thrift store. Why are you trying to thrift at Target? Talking about some can you mark these down? I do no, I can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. How would I do that? I hate okay, no, I be trying not to be rude because there's this one person or a few people who comment on my live streams after I like get off them and they're like, "Oh, you're so rude." And it's like everyone knows that I'm not rude, but I mean I am rude, but everyone knows that I don't mean it in like a mean way. But people have been really testing me. But yeah, like so many people are always asking for discounts, all this stuff. They be going through the ringer, and I also hate. And like I'm not blaming. Like when I say I hate these things, I don't like get mad at people for them because I do understand that like sometimes that's not how things work. But I hate when people are like coming into Target and they ask me, "Oh, do you know where the dish soap is?" I'm in the clothing section. The dish soap is in this section in A. Why would I know where dish soap is if I'm over here folding clothes? I don't know everything. Like I do know Target like the back of my hand, I ain't gonna lie. But I don't work in that section. Like that's not my job. I was hired to work in clothes. Why would I know where the dog toys are? Well, I do know where the dog toys are. But you know what I'm saying? It's like when people come in and they ask you for a specific item. Somebody asked me for a water pick. I don't even know what a water pick is. It's a type of toothbrush I learned. But it's like, no, I'm here folding children's clothes. Why would I know where a water pick was? But I get it because people don't know any better. But I also don't get it because I don't like it. Just doesn't make sense to me. Exactly. I hate the customers always right thing because they're actually not always right. Is it passion or is it hatred? Man, Target is poo poo because I hate like those customer service jobs where they like they make things easier for the customer who was making it harder for me. Yes, I think about leaving Target every day. Every day. The only reason why I won't leave is because my coworker Bessie said I can't. And she's the only person I've ever worked with in my life that I could see myself hang out with outside of Target. And because usually when people quit, they leave my life. I'm sorry. And I mean, obviously, like I know a lot of people don't know. Oh my God, Miss Dash Dash, hello. I know a lot of people don't know this. But if you go on the Target Circle app and you type in the thing that you want, it'll tell you what aisle it's in. So you don't even have to walk around like asking for help. Like I and sometimes it'll even direct you to like where it was. Like the other day I was looking for wig glue. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so I was looking for got to be and it'll tell you like at the top it says it's an A13 and if you click it, it'll show you like the layout of the store and then where A13 is and it'll have like a dot and then if you zoom in, you can see that it's in 813 and you can see that it's like in the first few like it's like in the first few areas of 813. I don't know what this word means. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like I said, I get it. Like it's just something like you know how you just have like random pet peeves that like you know is stupid. So it's like I get it because they do work there. Like I do know Target like the back of my hand. So if you ask me where something is, I can tell you. Um, but it's just like I just sometimes okay. I guess more specifically, like I hate when like I'm working at cash register and somebody's like, "Oh, this item is on sale." Why would I know what's on sale at Target? Like they're like, "Oh, well, they said the dishwashing liquid was on sale for 2 for 2." Why would I know that if I've been at the cash register all day? Like, you know? So it's like it's more so that specifically. Like I don't mind telling people where stuff is though. I s- I still I don't know. I need to go back to high school because I can't tell you what a work labor is. Like I don't know. We probably do. I don't know. That is evil. That's why I put my wig on. So can't nobody see. Reading is just why would I want to be an English teacher? What the hell? Yeah, reading is just a hobby. I do not like kids. I have enough siblings on my own to have a whole school. Do not want to be an English teacher. I feel like everyone is just stupid. But Americans are really dumb. The non POC ones at that. Oh my gosh. The amount of white customers that get on my nerves. There's this family that comes in and this man yells at his two kids every week, every single week. He's yelling at his kids throughout the store, and they're doing like their weekly shopping. Like, leave your kids at home. Get a babysitter. Go shopping when they're at school. Stop bringing your crybaby kids to the store. Nobody wants to listen to that all day. I just think that Americans are like really selfish and cheap and they're always looking for a deal. There's this guy who drove 45 minutes to our Target to get this thing for like his baby and the box was damaged, but clearly the item wasn't. And he was like, "Can I get a discount because I drove 45 minutes and I the box is damaged?" Like people Americans just think that they can get a handout basically. They just think that they deserve something because something was hard for them or they think they deserve something because they had to go out of their way to do something that they wanted. Oh yeah, I could never be a cashier. I worked cashier like twice, I think like 4 times in the like a full cashier shift, like 4 times being maybe five, I think. Working at Target. A full cashiering shift. Never again. Although I don't mind closing, it just gets really boring. Like I just don't know. Can't be on my phone. Like I personally like working in style because I can sneak on my phone. Like I can walk around all day. I don't work by myself. I can talk to other people, like have good conversations. Like I just feel like when you work at the cash register, you're always being watched. I don't know. I do not know if we have this or not. I really don't. I don't pay attention. I just go to work. I just show up. I'm trying to think of the policies and I don't know. Like, I mean, we're not allowed to be on our phone anymore. The dress code gets on my nerves. I hate the dress code, especially because the dress code, like, not everyone has to wear that dress code. Like, if you work in everywhere that's not shipped from store, you basically have to wear red shirts. Or if you don't wear a red shirt, you have to wear a vest. But if you work in ship from store, you can wear black. That is favoritism. Yeah, that's very true. They don't get to sit. Yes, I had tried working. Well, I just said that I'm not leaving Target because my coworker bestie works there. But once I get me a boyfriend and we decide to settle down and get married, I'm gonna get me an office job and then I'm gonna convince him to let me become a housewife. So I'm not gonna be here forever. I've never worked a retail job where you were allowed to sit down. And then when I was allowed to sit down, it's because my jobs were going bankrupt and nobody cared anymore. Because like what were they gonna do? Fire you? Yeah, you don't get to leave the cash register. You have to like restock like your not like restock, but yeah, restock like the stuff that you have, or like if you work at a cash register with candy and like you have to make sure all that stuff is good. And yeah, you're not really allowed to leave because when I closing at cash register wasn't that bad, especially because they moved you up to the first register. And my Target specifically, like the guest service is right across from the registers. So yeah, your body gets used to standing after a while. Like yeah, it's very much the customer is always right. I the good thing about Target is I don't get minimum wage. That's why I haven't quit. I get way above minimum wage. There's very hard minimum wage in Michigan is like what, like 8.25 or 9.25, and I get paid $15 an hour. So I don't really complain much because it's like I've done more for less. Like working at like Charming Charlie's and Charlotte Russe or even Tropical Smoothie, I've done more for less, to be honest. So but like I said, I want an office job where I can and like sit down and like work at a computer. I always wanted to decorate my desk. I so badly wanted to decorate my desk and like listen to like my audiobooks and just chill. I always give Target way too much of my effort. Like I'm always going out of my way to make things easier for people. I'm always going out of my way to do extra stuff, like become a programmer. No, a CEO. Oh, assistant to a CEO. Girl, I thought that said assistant or a CEO. I said you must not know how lazy I am. But yeah, assistant to a CEO. Yeah, I guess. I don't care what I do. I could be a freaking. I answer phone calls for the vet for all I care. I just want to sit down. I was actually gonna apply for like this massage place. That would be cool. I go out of my way at Target. Like I literally will do extra work for people. There's this girl. You get when you work in style, you get like depending on if there's 3 people, you'll get 4 areas. If there's 2 people, they just split it up evenly. So it was 3 people there. So I got 5 areas. Somebody got the one girl got 4, and then the other person got 2 areas. And the two doesn't sound fair, but she had the fitting room, which you have to check every hour, and then she had the women's section, which is called ready to wear, and that's like all the women's clothes. So it's 5 areas in one, so that's why it's fair. So the girl who had like kids, she spent 4 hours, 4 out of 5 hours in one area, and I ended up having to do like 3 areas for her. Oh yeah. I immediately tell people, okay, we are at Target. This is not no offense, this is not Old Navy. This is not Trauma Charles. This is not Charlotte Russe. Why would we keep stuff in the back? Like this is a department store. Why would we keep stuff in the back? Now we do some. Now right now we do have some stuff in the back because they didn't put it on the floor. But we don't just actively keep stuff in the back. So I hate when people are like, "Oh, do you have this back?" I immediately go, "No." We put all the stuff out every single morning. We do not have anything in the back. One time we did have stuff in the back, and I told them no, but oh well. It's not my problem. I'm not going back there. It's not like a regular back room. It's not like I can just, when I worked at Charlotte Russe, I'll always tell them like, yeah, like I'll go check and I will go get on my phone. But I can't even do that because sometimes the managers are always back there, so it's no point. But yeah, I'm actually hungry, so I'm gonna end this live stream. Okay, so don't forget to read Playing Bad Heroes. I'm gonna try to do a live stream Wednesday. But if I happen to cancel it, we'll just read our next book. I'm kidding though. But yeah, so we're gonna do Playing Bad Heroes next Wednesday, and then we're supposed to read the Atlas 6 in August. So be sure to like get your books and start reading for that. The live show for that one hasn't been picked yet because I'm doing a live stream with Gabby for Gabby Reads for the Taking of Jake Livingston over in her channel in August. So I might do mine I try to do mine every Thursday, so I might do mine the first Thursday in September. But yes, we're basically reading it because Gabriella picked it. But yeah, I'm gonna go now because I am hungry and I want to watch Gossip Girl.